like, yeah, like it is because I live in Deer Street, so like I literally I actually took it's actually pretty big. It's like this is so big that I have to have it. Yeah. Yeah.
So like all the way up, but no like
Huge. Yeah, and that's stuff I need. Like this is really learning from. We just have a lot of people right there.
yeah. Oh, it's just sweet. Oh, very nice. Okay.
Boxes, one word generator. What's the first question somebody would ask if they were sitting in front of a lazy board? Simpler than that. Exactly. So let's say the 11 of us sit around and I say, anybody here? Just like you do on the YouTube and TV shows, right? And then let's say Emily here's this location. So we are fortunate enough where we're only dealing with 2 cars from here because it does feel like just a random Tuesday. It does not feel like 2 days before Halloween downtown, which is wonderful for us. So if anybody passes through this limit through your cameras, we will all understand the footage of your so you guys will get the point as we kind of go through the night. Anybody with a communication device that's all the spirit boxes and word generator, this is where I start withholding information on purpose. So I'm not going to be giving you questions here like what color was George Washington's white horse, like what we did over there with the big red barn. We will get the answers from your communicators. And once I give you the history, we will spread out and I'll do a few round robins with this group, taking a lot of notes and reading with us to give you all of the answers and show you what we caught and how it collaborates together. So I do withhold a lot of information. That's enough so you know what you're working on. Fair? All right, let's do it. So where are we? We're in a small little parking lot with a big old dumpster in the back. Congratulations, you made it. I know, right? So this place used to be something relevant to the history of Charleston. That's why we're here. This used to be the Eliza and Charles Finkley Mansion. It was actually sitting in the front of the space, facing East Bay Street. Eliza's garden was lined up with 5 church restaurants, came all the way across, and the servant and slave quarters were in the back of the space. That's the layout. Who the hell were these people? Charles and Eliza had a son named Charles that had a nephew named Charles. That's 3 trucks, in case you guys weren't paying attention. That's why we look for those secondary clues. In the event that somebody gets the name Charles, I need to know which one it is with a secondary clue. You guys are starting to see the point. So the son and the nephew, signers of the Constitution for South Carolina. Big deal for us, but I hate politics more than all of you combined, especially when we're this close to an election. We're going to move on. The only reason I bring it up is because if I don't bring it up, those gentlemen will bring it up for me in a very nasty manner through one of the spirit boxes and their own voice. So, yeah, it happens. So I just give them their recognition. We move on. We're going to discuss Eliza instead. Eliza married Charles at a young age according to today's standards. I say it slowly like that because if you're going to ask her how old she was, don't expect numbers from the colonial times that she came from when young ladies got married at like 12 and 14. Think of today's standards because the husband was over double her age. I'm kind of giving you guys some clues there. So moving on. She married him because her father was over in England. Dad thinks he's dying and he's trying to bring all his children home one last time. Dad didn't think, Eliza didn't believe her father was dying, so she stayed put right here and got married. Well, it's 1744, everybody. You don't get married in that year to earn a green card. You marry out of love. This is a true love story. There's nothing horrific about this location. It's a place of respect. So, moving on. She's correct. Dad did not die right away. And instead, he starts sending her gifts from England to where you're standing. One of those gifts happens to be the plant seeds of indigo. That's a plant that makes blue dye, makes your blue jeans blue. Some of you are wearing it tonight. So that's what we use it for. When she got her seeds, no idea what to do with them. She had to actually learn from her servants and slaves how to keep it going, and then learn how to make the dye. When she did all of that, she moved it to a cash crop down by the Stono River, got a hold of her father, and told him that the rice plantations were going downhill in price, and they were going to make a killing with the indigo. And we now have an international businesswoman during colonial times. Something absolutely incredible. Now, that's the boring business stuff with Eliza. Let's get into the weird shit, because that's why you guys are here. So, some of you were asking about one of my favorite places in Charleston. Believe it or not, this is it. She will always, 90% of the time, will communicate back with us. I'm going to give the people with communication devices kind of focus questions. I want you to all remember, all spirit boxes are out, as are all video cameras, which means if you're asking a question or focused on a question, that answer can go anywhere. So even if there were just 2 of you here, there would be a minimum 2 communicators plus a video camera, so that way there's 3 ways for our spirit to communicate back to us. So if you're asking a question, the answer might go to another person. So we're going to go left to right here. So starting off with Lauren, you're going to be picking up on, how do I want to do this? Eliza was the second wife named Eliza from Charles back to back. So the first wife was named Eliza, but she also had a maiden name that started with the same letter as the one I just told you about, the letter L. Figure out which Eliza we're dealing with. You can also ask questions about the marriage, like how long they were married. That thing will give you numbers too. So ages, like whatever you want to do. So just kind of keep it, loosey-goosey, but be respectful. So with yours, Jake, yours only gives us like 1 to 2 syllables at a time. So your questioning that I usually get out of that is pretty simple. The mansion's not here. What happened to it? If we get the what, we will often get 2 or 3 numbers of the exact date of when that tragedy occurred. I just gave you a clue that was indeed a tragedy.
Okay.
So Emily and Jasmine gonna have the same. I was trying to get the names down. Thank you for not correcting that. So you two actually have the same set of questions. Just because both of the spirit boxes give us quite a bit. So it's nice and easy grabs. You're gonna be focused on her death, age of time of death, how she died, where she's buried, which president was a pallbearer at her funeral. Easiest way to remember all 4 of those: age, how, where, president. So those are your 4 names. Now, if you guys go rogue and ask your own questions, which is perfectly fine, 3 small rules, no yes, no questions. We've already discussed that. Be respectful. Do not ask about her children. I will reveal all of that before we leave the space when I read your list. So again, we are in 3 range right now. We only have 2 cards. Just stay away from the 2 cards. That's the only thing I ask. All right, this is what you guys paid for. Good work. Let's do this. Mike, or Jacob, let's go ahead and get you unmuted.
What were your questions?
What?
What were your questions?
Do you remember my question?
No.
It's went all the way up to 30, and it's been bouncing around 0.7.
Oh, 30.
Right there, 1.8.
There's multiple checks and multiple lines.
What was the other number you said? 30.
You're supposed to find out which Elizabeth.
That was
last
a
name?
couple of minutes ago. Now it's 8.5.
So your baseline is just going to jump right to a 25. So right at this point, don't give me anything more than 25. So that way we're not like doing a whole number. I do that on a separate level. I normally start you guys at 6.5 and grow it, but you like jumped way over the number.
42.
The little blinky light device, just so you guys know, it only goes to 25. That's why we don't use it. We would miss out on anything above 25. Oh my god. So what did you get out of yours so far?
34 right there.
Who'd you go with you, man?
34. Jake and I have done this before.
Just ask.
Well, I'm waiting.
It's about something about the original Elizabeth.
Eliza.
Eliza.
Yeah, Jake and I did, old theater and
Oh yeah, you did that for 5 months.
we didn't.
Gotta film him. He's getting all the
Jake and I each
spikes.
had 3 pieces of equipment. We were bouncing around.
And what's the relationship between you two guys?
He's my son-in-law.
Let's just walk away. Last question.
Nick, what were her questions again?
Eliza's maiden name.
Okay.
And anything about the marriage.
Okay.
Because that's a happy time. We want to keep everything positive. Okay.
Who are we?
You seem like you're pretty reserved. Like, so it's maybe.
No, I see like that.
Let's see.
Are you asking questions?
You're supposed to ask questions. like you with the chapel thing. I appreciate it.
Towards the road, towards the road. There's a sign on the house that said it was your house. And it was on the road. There was a sign on the house that said whose house it was on the road. Put that when I said that.
so small. I send those videos to YouTube, so if I'm not following up with you as much, I'm looking for the computer screen
Yeah.
versus you guys watching.
Yeah, no, I
TV,
figured
so-
you'd just watch it back.
And then wait till you see what I'm gonna do to that thing when we get to that crazy, like this crazy laser beam thing. Like it's a little wild. It gets a little heavy, but I figured you can handle it.
Sweet.
Let me see where we at. The EMF is actually going pretty high.
Yeah, what did he say? He hit 42 or something?
Yeah, he got up to 41 or 42. All over the place, really.
Yeah, it was jumping a lot.
Who else do I need to check with? Where's our woodlift? Where's Lauren? Did we lose her? There she is. What's
She's
going on
moving
with that
quick.
woodlift? Take a look. Got nothing now, Mike?
Zeros.
What?
I think they were bored with me.
Eliza was actually born. Not the first time I've seen her. Born at 15.
I was her when Iowa, which is one of my top favorite days ever.
Huh?
I've also heard it when I was Iowa, and so I've heard one of my like future like child name top names. You know?
You hear that, dude?
I
We
did.
made like 3 years together, but like I mean it was.
Kids?
Yeah.
Not yet.
How long
What do you-
lived here?
I've been here for 10 years, like officially, but back and forth my whole life, like always been here.
Yeah, like, I moved here when I was 8, moved back to LA when I was 14, came back here after college.
Gotcha.
So LA, Charleston, LA, Charleston.
Met at old O'Malley's back in the day.
What do you got
I
now?
think it likes you. I went over there and it's zeros. Now it's starting to jump around a little bit. I think it really likes you.
There's nothing in the bag that's going to make that thing go up. I've
Oh, I
actually had
know.
people accuse me of hitting buttons to make it go up. Like, sure, guys, I can control 10 devices. But I'm not surprised. I mean, it might not be. It might be
Now it's zero. But, you know, I told you before it was 40, 50, 50
now.
as high as it was. Now it's just zeros.
Let me see what David's got. Maybe he's got different.
Are there any plaques, like, you know, like historical plaques? that say,
For
like,
this
yeah.
space? Nope.
Yeah.
None at all.
I wonder if there ever was.
I guess I'm not getting like straight. Like that's like the only sentences I'm getting. Most of it's very fractured. Are you getting that?
No, it's just a lot of
EML.
Anything crazy? Janelle? Nothing wrong? Emily, what do you got going on? Have you heard anything since you left?
I'm sorry.
Have you heard anything since you left?
trying to get some shut eye, people traipsing through your lot. He's concerned.
All right, guys, let's come all back.
Yeah, it's been going off
Okay,
but
I'll
no,
write
like,
those down for sure.
no.
So Nicholas, get back on mute. I'm going to cover the answers here. Cameras, you can hit those stop buttons in the talent. This is where some of the duels use prefer for City Charleston. So the word got being heard here and seen here makes complete sense. So,
right before you said that, literally right before you said that, you said unique story. Yeah, let's get a unique story.
so the other piece of this is that I was going to take this out of my route. I think I told some of you already that I do change this up every year. I was going to take this out of my route because every ghost story comes here. I mean, there's 338 ghost stories in Charleston. We all come here. It's a state. And I was going to, I was going to take it out because I like to do the stuff that you guys haven't seen or heard before. But this particular gentleman will follow us from here moving forward. We will always be near a place of rage and emotion for him. He has a code word that'll come in his spirit box to let him know that he's nearby. None of you will know that code word until the end of our night. Just so you know, yeah, again, I do that on purpose. It's not a word you would commonly hear on a radio. That's why he has that code word. Yeah, no stress, right? Not pineapple. No, not a sexual safe word. So let's get back into why we're here. We're all hearing pineapples. So, is that the SpongeBob? Here's the story. We all tell the same story, but I'm going to give you a few extra details because you're ghost hunting. You're not going to campfire amongst all those stories that are so, doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. Say his name slowly because the people listening to spirit boxes right now and ignoring me, if they get the song Brown Eyed Girl, while we're here, it's not coincidence. We get it all the time. It's part of his name. Anyway, Dr. Ladd moves here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a lot of money from her dead parents. She's an attorney, helping her out with all of his cash flow. So I know that the word attorney showed up for you a little far away from what we've got going on, and no other clues led to the story while we were there. That's why I ignored it and said it wasn't relevant just yet. But anyway, so the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's cash. So he tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. He moves here to Charleston. He does not. On his way into town, he had a coachman that set him up to be robbed and killed. Not a really good start to his stay here in Charleston. And by the way, that's like having a really bad Uber driver. And so if you go in the morning, I know you guys are taking an Uber later. But anyway, somebody's walking by. Seeing what's about to happen because he knows that there's a newcomer inside the coach, and he knows the coachman. So the person walking by was named Ralph Isaacs. Do those initials sound familiar to anything I've said while we've been here? Where's the doctor from? Rhode Island. So I was getting RI on regular spirit boxes all the time when I first started coming down here. So I bought another device. That device is broken because I broke it last week. Some of you said those broke it. No, I cut the wires by accident. But anyway, so what this device does is it's like a digital Ouija board. So it gives us letters whenever there's an EMF spike. So if there's a spike, it gives us a letter, and it's random. So we've gotten RI whenever I brought up Ralph's name and never about the Rhode Island. So now I know how it's relevant. Anyway, moving forward. Ralph tells the doctor, hey dude, I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Why don't you come with me? We'll go to 59 Church Street. I got some friends there. They'll rent your room and you'll be safe. Well, Doc took him up on that offer, and the gentleman became friends over time. So, the doctor's doing pretty well down here. As long as leads to the more money he's making, proving his point on after Amanda's cash. She gets wind of this in Rhode Island, and she's moving down so they can get married, and Dr. Ladd became known as the Whistling Doctor. This is why I hate the story. Every haunted city you will ever visit is going to have a cliche whistling ghost. We all have one. This one is happening to be a doctor. So, why am I telling you about this very happy doctor guy that's about to get married while we're standing in Jeweler's Alley? Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's a higher fee for the parents. So on the way home from seeing Richard III one night, they are arguing over the actress which you saw. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph did not. The argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island, and it got really ugly between the two. The two gentlemen go their separate ways. The next day, Ralph went to his friends at the newspaper and placed an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a you're a disgrace to society kind of bullshit. Where Doc saw the ad in the paper, of course he did, and he rebutted with, let's go to Dealer's Alley, and we're going to settle this. Keep in mind, by the way, this is one of the hiding spots for rules. Killing wasn't legal during this time in the late 1700s. And I also like to point out that this argument started over an actress. Shit was really done back in the 1700s, and somebody was about to die over an actress. But anyway, two gentlemen came down here back to back, took their 10 paces, they turned. The doctor points his gun in the air and shot his one bullet. He did not want to kill his friend. He just wanted the courage to show up, which is often what happened with duels back then. However, Ralph saw his one shot. You know where he got shot? Oh, I thought you knew the story. So Ralph
Not
put,
that detail.
not that detail. Ralph put his bullet inside the doctor's kneecap. The doctor died, fell to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street. Died 10 days later, November 2nd of 1786, after refusing medical treatment. A couple of things. We are coming up on the anniversary of his death. So we are also very close to Halloween, as you guys know. I want to point out that it was 1786, and gunshot wounds were a lot different back then, and a lot different than what we know of them now. So secondly, he is a doctor, which means he probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself, but he failed. That's obviously what he died. Now, every ghost story comes down here and stays and tells the story, unlike that ghost that just left us. They all tell their guests to listen to the whistles. Here, 3 cameras running plus my voice recorder right now. If we're going to get a disembodied whistle, more than likely going to come out of one of those 4 devices. That's how that normally goes. It's not always a real-time kind of thing. I can't tell you, though, how many times I've gone through the spot check of the spirit box, and I find the whistling part of the song, and then the word doctor immediately after from a commercial. It happens all the time. I don't look for this shit, just so you guys know. When I spot check your guys' media, it's minute 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. That's how I do it. That way I'm not looking and I'm biased like, oh, I gotta find that whistle. I know it's in here somewhere. If it doesn't fall in there, it doesn't fall in there. That's how this works. So if you're going to try this on your own, and remember, I can't take you all the way through because I've been kicked out of here. We're going to talk about that in just a minute because that's the fun part of the story. You all want to know what's going to happen. So, yeah, you got all wait for everything that. But anyway, go through here with your voice recorders from your phones. Just remember, every local knows the damn story, except for one. So anybody walking up and down Cumberland Street or Queen Street, we all throw a whistle down this alley. Just kind of put that in perspective when you guys are looking for it. I even do it. Every time I even drive by this place, I still throw a whistle down this alley. It's just something I do. So let's talk about how I got kicked out. You guys ready? Yep. Okay. It also shows you how much history I actually dealt with. This alley didn't always go all the way through the way we came in. We used to be wall up there, about halfway between this gate and Cumberland. The reason why I'm telling you this is because this is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. This is before dueling alley. We're going to further back in time. The cows, goats, and chickens are down. I'm telling you this because it started down by Queen Street and worked their way this way over the years. So those bricks down there by Queen Street are older than the ones you're standing on, and there is a sun-dried brick down there from a slave child with his hand cut. All of those bricks down there are made by slave children, sun-dried by the way, without leather. But those handprints is still in one of those bricks face up, and we can all see it. There are fingerprint swipes and others, and there's take my groups down there and basically for a history lesson. There's nothing paranormal about that brick. You guys already know how I feel about that. So that kid's not there. November 26th of 2020, I took my entire group of 10, same size as you guys, and I was going to take them down there for their history lesson. That group stopped and huddled around the damn brick, waiting for something to happen. I know nothing's going to happen because it's not there, right? So I'm trying to shoo them along, and I'm also trying to be respectful because we're standing outside the dining room window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I didn't realize that we were out of bounds before this time of night. I was still moving. So the new owner of that mansion came out screaming his head off. My daughter was on the floor that night. She was about 14 years old. She thought it was absolutely hysterical. Therefore, I was getting yelled at right in front of her. She was all about it. I never heard the end of the sentence. So we moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on holidays because I worked in upper management for Walmart before I started doing this, and you guys fight over towels on Thanksgiving. You start being late. I don't do holidays ever. So I own the company. I really don't like it. But anyway, so the next day I phoned my partner and I told him what happened and trying to figure what to do for Black Friday because I'm sold out again. And he's laughing at me because he already got the complaint, and he's laughing at me because my daughter was hysterical. So he says, you're not allowed to go down that alley halfway. You got to rewatch your group tonight, man. You got to figure it out. I'm not. So when I told my group that night, I don't believe in the next story because I get into vampires, not pirates. I I would normally tell you a pirate story next, but I didn't think that was so we're doing something else. But anyway, before we left the States, somebody with a spirit box heard the name Anne. Now, if I tell you we're going to be discussing pirates, what pirate do you think we're going to be discussing?
Blackbeard.
Right. This is the first one I talked about was Frank. Right. But somebody heard the name Anne. I didn't tell them it's going to be Anne Bonny, the famous female pirate. So I'm like, oh shit, maybe we're going to do something. I took them around the corner. I told them when I did know about pirates. Remember, I only had a few hours to scramble to figure a story to put together for them. And somebody else heard the number 300. I didn't know what it meant. Wrote it down, did the research. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300-year anniversary of the piracy. So I normally get the wows and the oohs and that kind of stuff. I was actually quite close on it. I mean, I have a master's degree in creative writing and several other bachelor degrees in other forms of writing. Whenever I do any kind of research, any facts and data, pirate stories come from pirate lore, everybody. Those pirate lore stories were written 100 years after the days of Blackbeard. So how true are they actually? So whenever you guys are finding something that could be something relevant, I had to read like 5 textbooks just to try to figure it out. It was a big problem. But over 4 years, I kind of grew fond of pirate life. I've read more books on pirates than I ever wanted to. Documentaries, video games, you name it. I've done a shit ton of research on pirates. But we can't discuss that story anymore. So here's what we're going to be doing. When we get up around the corner, we're going to hopefully be getting things from Dr. Ladd, and then if you will follow us from here moving forward, and I will let you know if this code word comes through. 7 of you tonight will know what the code word is. 3 of you will not. So I'll explain that later on. Yeah, like, wow, that's a weird number to choose. Yeah. So who is this guy? So we're going to add this crazy attachment over to Dylan's camera. So, by the way, when I had to do a quick replacement for the pirate story, I don't like the story that I replaced it with. So tonight we are experimenting with a story I replaced the replacement with. So again, I don't know all the details, so that's what you guys are going to be coming up with, so I can research the hell out of this. So when we get up there, we'll change out, or we're going to add to his lighting, so he can see further into that cemetery than we can with this light, and we will all be doing a little bit of work with all of the devices that we have. All 3 cameras will be plastered right next to Dylan, so that way we can actually get the same footage. So if something goes off with his camera, I want to know what the other 2 did in reaction. Does that make sense to everybody? Just because of what's going on with this particular cemetery. Lauren, anything going on with your word list?
All of it. All of it.
Wow.
That's
At least it doesn't say full of it.
assist, serve, tender, strong, environment.
Mate, an envelope. I'd have to wait for something else. Ladies with the headphones, what do we got? You guys are focused on me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's hard. I really like,
Why we record.
because I'm like really interested in the stories to this, and it's like, okay, I can't hear about it.
There's a lot, and again, I'm still withholding stuff. So again, even with the doc, and I'm not telling you his code word, but there's a lot more to this very complicated man. I didn't tell you how old he was when he died. I didn't tell you about his extracurricular activities. Something about sexual, like what was the innuendo that we had earlier? Something about
Pineapple?
What was it?
Pineapple?
Yeah, the pineapple thing. Thank you for not making me look like a weirdo. Yeah, we're gonna go up and around the corner, out the way we came. So how's your footage? Did you guys get anything good over there? You guys are like laser focused. I'm like, maybe I got something.
I don't think so. I'm just doing my duty. You know?
I was going to ask
Making sure I don't miss
I'm
anything.
on overtime right now. Don't talk.
I was going to ask how far down we could go.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, the best footage comes from back here. Like we're allowed to go down a little bit further, but usually this place is just flooded with other tours, and we exit the same way, so it just takes out of the extra time that we could be doing another location when this guy's going to follow us anyway. So it's kind of how I look at this location.
I was going to hide it.
All right, let's go up to a cemetery. Let's see what we can get out of it. Yeah, let's go on a pretty light. I feel like the shot.
I think so.
In this hallway, yeah.
I'm gonna hit it to the sidewalk, yeah, just in case, you know.
You're gonna shout them out.
who's going with all the different devices. Don't forget about your zoom on yours, Dylan. You got that functionality as well.
The zoom on the actual camera.
Yep.
That's that top switch, right?
Yep, it goes left and right. Imagine that. With yours ultimately, the more still you are, the better. Only because you won't pick it up on. If you're moving it around and like pick up on the tree a little bit more this morning, that versus another, you don't understand. Emily's writing a book down there. I love it. Just gonna let her work.
Well, you know, it doesn't have to be somebody who's done this.
I've looked at the cemetery records, like really trying to figure out who it is, looking at other clues. Oh, here's a David. Let me read about him for 30 minutes, and now like looking at the list again, and it's still nothing like is relevant. I always look at a double clue. I mean, you're absolutely right. It doesn't have to be a famous person. It could be, still warning me about a David that's going to be on the tour. Like this David we have now. That's Jackie.
Could also be somebody from somewhere else that died there in the news, you know?
Well, that's why I have access to the cemetery records. I mean, we all do. So I mean, I put in the name David based on wherever we were at in our cemetery, and we got the full list of names. So that's where I was like, oh, let me find this guy. Let me find that guy. Yeah, it might just be like you said, somebody who's beyond famous. They didn't have a whole lot of records about them because they could have been war side of Charles thing.
Sometimes it's a nickname David is actually somebody else whose nickname is David.
Yeah.
Also could be somebody.
So with the recents, I do dive into the recents where the family, the both the families are I'm trying not to talk about there's a suicide that will pop up every once in a while with Eric John. The family's still alive. So I don't know where they are. Now why I go through this immediately after I do the data because sometimes it's like when I'm writing in the dark, it can be about We've gotten things from happening, but usually only in the month. How's your work come along, Dylan?
Nothing too eye-catching. Definitely a lot of creepy footage, though.
The jug or the dog? Dog?
Yeah. Here's why. I told you, we still get paid over from the pirate stuff. So Anton, his famous quote to Calico Jack when they got arrested for piracy was, if you would have fought like a man, you wouldn't be hanged like a dog. So the word dog used to show up there all the time. So
Yeah, I heard it pirated now.
I'm not surprised.
Wow. Yeah.
So, oh, it's about done.
That's funny.
Lauren, anything?
Been stuck on right for a long time.
Right in which sense?
Correct or
Yeah, correct.
right left?
No.
Oh.
A letter?
Same.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Anything coming out of yours? Jasmine. You got anything buzzing out of yours?
Guess I got like either somebody saying Roger, I like Roger that, or Roger the name Roger.
Here's why. So the guy that she said you'd be hanged like a dog to was Calico Jack. He was the one who dubbed the flag for the Jolly Dog. So you can get that on the
And then you said dog, I kept hitting with her tongue dog. Roger dog, like a lot.
Alright, camera work. We got anything weird going on?
No,
Alright, so
hard to say.
go ahead and hit those stop buttons. Let's regroup right. October's almost over, but we do have Halloween coming up in 2 days. Can you tell us what happens on Halloween with your work?
They get stronger.
Henry, what happens with your work on Halloween? What does the city of Charleston do with it? Oh.
Candace.
Goes like that again. You gotta tap. Lauren, you awake?
You need to go home.
No, Henry, we are not leaving yet. But you do need to tell me if Dr. Ladd is here. Dr. Ladd is here. Use your code word, and we continue trying to talk to Henry. It's about him right now. We're close to Halloween. It's still October.
The one that makes me scream. She's sick.
You did say pay my mama's bills earlier. Henry, let's go to a lighter topic and just tell us what you did for a living. What did you do for work? So we're going to be discussing your page on display at the Library Society in 2 days. But can you tell us what kind of work you did just to verify that you're here? Henry, can you give us an image of what you did for work? That would help us. We can interpret those images. October is almost over. Probably won't be seeing these often. I'm sure you'll be very happy about that. But I'm still going to come here throughout the month. shoot, let's
She said, I'm going home.
I mean, we did get the normally
Visit me.
normally
Waterfall.
get the word home for him to not want us here anymore. It's usually the word I ask him to use.
You've been hoping for Halloween.
Henry, what do they do on Halloween with your work? You can even show us what your work was in the image. Use the blue
Story
box.
of the Witch.
Story of the witch.
Ooh. I just got chills.
Creepy.
What's that?
You too?
No, but I like the word story out of that. It's not
Mhm.
always going to be like, what color's a big red barn, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? All we need is the red.
He fails.
Henry, can you tell us more about that page that they show on Halloween? What's on there of yours besides the ink?
But you hit me twice.
Henry. It's pretty quiet out here besides us, Henry.
The country.
Henry, can you give us any images tonight? I haven't seen a session this quiet in a long time. Where they're not talking at all.
You don't know.
Henry, it's been about 5 minutes. We're about our halfway mark.
Neuropathy.
Let's see.
Oh,
Wow. Henry, I'm still going to stick to your page that they show on display. Tell us what's on that book. What's the nickname we gave it?
Come see me.
Where can I come see you, Henry? Where are you going to be on Halloween?
3,000.
Can you tell us what building you're going to be at? Or are you going to be here?
People can find.
Henry, where will you be when they're showing your page? We'd really appreciate an image so Lauren doesn't fall asleep in there.
Easy to do.
I think I heard her snoring. That's why I said that.
7-9. When I leave. Follow me.
And follow me.
Mm.
It's been a couple times.
When I
So it's been
leave.
like, come find me, come see me, Halloween.
Reconcile with him.
I missed it.
Swing? Swimming?
Swing? Or
Swing?
Not pineapple.
Not pineapple.
Henry, we're losing time here.
Holy crap.
Lauren, don't fall asleep.
Henry,
Diabetes, high blood pressure.
there's blood.
Mhm.
The blood broke everybody.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Scratching on my words.
Mm.
Oh.
I like it. Henry, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show us what you just said in the
You know
image?
why they call me. Have a seat at the table.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the Kamala quote of the night. I have to throw that one out. because it's all
Boom.
over the damn place.
Boom.
What's that?
Mm.
Henry, can you show us an image of what that looked like? I hate for you to reenact your death, but I mean, it is October.
My first week, I lost several pounds.
Wow.
Henry, how long did you have tuberculosis? Do you remember when you got it? How old were you when you were diagnosed with tuberculosis?
Obviously, you called me spirits of the national earth.
We get many numbers out of this, numbers.
Try to make things.
Mine jumped to 84 degrees about 5 minutes ago.
Comes from the word of God.
Took 70 degrees.
Yeah, most of the country, we're getting a little temperamental. Henry, we're going to be wrapping this up
Syria.
in like 2 more minutes. I've asked you a lot of questions about your work. You've given us small little breadcrumb clues. I like them.
In darkness.
Identify.
If you want us to leave, tell us to go home. But I would
That's
appreciate
the problem with mercenaries.
an image, at least one.
I'm embarrassed to say this.
What are you embarrassed to say, Henry? You could tell us goodnight and be polite about it.
Who cares? They might act like.
Henry, one last odd question. Tell us what type of facial
Them
hair
two
you had.
together.
Let's lower these cameras just for a minute. We are here really late, just so you know. Okay, Henry, we're going to wrap
I'm
it
a
up.
streaker.
Please are up
I know. Let's go ahead and get these ladies tapped out. Lauren, peel that thing off your face.
7,000.
I want to tell you.
Now you do?
Nah, you do.
All right. So Emily, with yours, you do have a button right
There's a
next.
police right there.
Yeah,
You said
it's coming
streakers.
over.
I'm a streaker. I'm a
Go ahead and
streaker.
lower those